inside of you.
Hi and welcome back to Confident Leadership in Color. I'm Hanna Zaxmy and I'm so glad that you're here. Last week we talked about confidence. Not the loud kind, but the deep, steady kind that comes from alignment. And today we're starting to explore the first letter of the Confident framework. And it's C for clarity. Because confident leadership starts with knowing what matters. But before we get into it, I want to take a moment to introduce myself a little bit more. I might be a new acquaintance to you, and since this podcast is also a new medium for me, I thought it's time to introduce myself a bit more properly. You will get to know me even more along the way. I'll be sharing stories from my both personal life and my professional journey. Not just to tell you about me, but because I believe that they might hold something for you too. Like a spark of recognition, a new perspective, or simply a reminder that you're not alone on this path. So here's a little about my background. As I mentioned in the first episode, I'm a färghandlardotter, a daughter of a paint shop owner. But later in life, I changed the environment completely. For the past 20 years, I worked in the tech and financial industry. Most of the time, I've held different management and leadership positions, leading teams, driving change, managing projects with those tight deadlines and even tighter expectations. It has been a roller coaster journey in many ways, fun, challenging, scary, and everything in between. But looking back, I'm both grateful and proud of all what has been accomplished together with my colleagues and teams. My work has taken me to different parts of the world. I've led international teams across Europe and India, and I've seen firsthand the complexity and the richness that comes with working across cultures and time zones. Change has been a constant theme. Sometimes it has meant navigating tough seasons of downsizing. Other times it has meant leading expansions and innovation. I sat in those high-pressure boardrooms, negotiated large contracts, launched new products, and been in the thick of all the relationship dynamics that leadership brings. On a more personal note, I'm a mom of 2 teenage daughters who I'm incredibly proud of and so thankful to have in my life. My other constant is my husband, Johan. We've been together a long time now. We first started chatting back in 1998 and became a couple in 1999. And we've been on this journey together ever since. And here's the thing, whether it's work life or family life, the need of clarity doesn't go away. In fact, the more you care, the more you hold, the more important it becomes to know what really matters. And through all of that, one thing has become crystal clear to me. Clarity is not a luxury, it's essential. Essential for staying grounded, for making decisions, for leading with integrity. That's why I started with clarity as the very first step in the Confident framework. Because without it, everything else gets fuzzy. So, what is clarity, really? Clarity in leadership isn't about having a perfect 5-year plan or knowing exactly what to do in every situation. It's about being connected to what truly matters, to you, to your values, and to your direction. It's the foundation that helps you to answer 3 powerful questions. What is the contribution I want to make? And what really makes my heart spark? Who am I as a leader? And how do I want to show up in the world? It's that grounded sense of knowing what you stand for, what you're working towards, and why it matters. It gives you the decisions a backbone. your communication a core, and your presence a deeper sense of trust. Without clarity, it's easy to fall into reaction mode, to say yes to everything and everyone, to end up feeling scattered, overwhelmed, and disconnected from your purpose. Clarity is what helps you to lead on purpose. Sometimes clarity shows up like a spotlight. Other times it's more like a gentle glow. Something you can feel in your gut even if you can't explain it yet. If I would give that a color, I think clarity would be like the glimmering yellow and orange star. Bright, focused, radiant, not overwhelming, but warm. Like something guiding you forward. A steady reminder of who you are and where you're going. And in a world full of noise, that kind of clarity, that is gold. So, why does clarity matter so much, especially in leadership? Because without clarity, we drift. We start reacting instead of choosing. We fill our days, but forget our direction. We do what's expected, but lose sight of what's essential. Clarity is what allows you to lead with intention, not just momentum. It helps you to say yes to what truly matters and no to what drains you. It brings focus to your priorities, confidence to your decisions, and calm to your communication. When you have clarity, you will make fewer decisions from fear. You stop second-guessing your every step. And you begin to lead in a way that feels like you. And that ripple effect, well, that's powerful. Your team will feel it. Your clients will feel it. And you will feel it. Last time I shared a story from my coach training where I had to make that hard decision in a moment of pressure. And what guided me in the end was that clarity within, a sense of purpose, a strong connection to what I believed in, to the contribution I want to make. That's why clarity isn't just helpful, it's fundamental. So let me share a story from one of my coaching clients. His name is Henrik. When Henrik joined one of my courses, he was in a phase where everything felt busy. His calendar was packed, his inbox overflowing, and every day felt like a sprint. He was doing all the right things on the surface, supporting his clients, hitting targets, staying productive. But still, he felt something was missing. He wanted more. He wanted something deeper. During the course, Henrik took the time to reflect, to map out where he was right now, and to get honest about what really matters for him. What he dreamed of, what he wants to contribute with. And most importantly, how could he create space for that? With the tools and clarity he gained, something shifted. When I spoke to him about 6 months after the course ended, he said, I realized that dreams don't need to stay in the future. Thanks to this course, I now know how to work towards them, step by step. And just recently, I saw that the product he had once named as a faraway dream was now live, on the market, real. And that's the power of clarity. It turns intentions into directions. It gives you back your leadership. It aligns your actions with what really matters. So now I want to bring it back to you. What is it that makes your heart jump a little extra? What brings you out your truest color? What lights you up? What shows your passion and the contribution you want to give more of to the world? In the place that you're in right now, what are you most proud of that you already have done so far? And if you'd like to level up, what would be that for you? What would it mean for you? What would be the difference from where you are now? What would it make you say, yes, I did it? And what's the one small thing that you can take in a step in that direction? Something you can do already today or tomorrow. And if you'd like more guidance, I have created a free clarity book. It's linked in the show notes. You can also email me at podcast@migmatit.se and I'll send you the link for you directly. This workbook is a tool to help you to check in where you are right now and where you want to head, and gives you a bit more language for what clarity looks like and feels like in your journey. Because clarity grows when we make space for it, when we ask good questions, when we reflect, and when we take that next small step. And sometimes that's one small step makes all the difference. So let's wrap up today. I want to leave you with this. Clarity is not about having all the answers. It's about knowing what matters and letting that guide you one step at a time. It's that spark that helps you to lead with more ease, more purpose, and more authenticity. And the good news, you don't have to have all figured out at once. You just have to pause, reflect, and take that next small aligned action. Thank you for spending time with me. If this episode gave you something to think about, use in your daily life or something else, I'd love you to hit follow, leave a review, or share it with someone that you might see that needs it too. And don't forget to download your free clarity workbook. In the next episode, we explore the second letter in the confident framework. It's O for ownership, and why confident leadership means taking responsibility for both your energy and your results. Until then, stay curious, stay grounded, and keep leading in full color.
Bright and brave in every you. Confidence starts inside of you.